So I'm running errands, just doing a few things, getting some food or whatnot. And I had this thought, and this may not even be like a really big deal, but I have this younger cousin who asked me to send her some money. And I did. And I was thinking back to when I was younger, like high school, college days, and asking the same of an elder family member and getting said funds. And I was like, oh man, like I want to have more, but everyone wants to, want to take care of the people who you love and whatever else. But that's not the point. That's what sparked the idea. I was thinking how I'm in this, like, I guess, perpetual state of like publishing. Like, yes, I'm getting ready to get this book and to, release it fully. Everything is pretty much laid out as it should be, waiting for the 10th and then the 13th. Like, that's very clear. But I am, like, I'm always being this thing. Like when you're a student, okay, you're in school, you're always a student. Even for summer vacation, you're always still a student. Even when you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you always had, even if you break up, you've always had the experience of that person and that union. And that's not a novel, not a new idea, but for whatever reason, like just now driving, it kind of just hit me. I probably was like zoning out. I don't even know how I showed up here. Who drove me here? But again, I'm thinking like I'm in this constant state of publishing. Yes, the book is going to be done. And as soon as the 13th get here, where now the paperback and the ebook are out, the plan is always to then release another book. So even if I'm not right now in this very specific moment of waiting for the date to show up, I'm still always waiting for the date to show up, even if I don't have it. So when the next book comes around, because with me having been very vocal about this is a 3-book series, this is only book 1. So I'm in this constant state of publishing, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a stressful thing. It's not something that's like hurting me, but I don't know. Maybe I'm having some crisis of mind, but I don't know. I have no idea what this is. If this you can relate to this or this makes sense to you, let me know. Give me I don't know, a shoe emoji. I'm in this constant state of publishing, constant state of being. I don't know. All right.
Takers and givers, I've been caught the latter, but am I really a giver if I don't give to myself?
So I am in the last stages of getting this book out. I've been in the last stages for like a while, but I'm in the like final stages of like uploading the final. Well, I'm still working on the back and the front matter. That's not a matter of like it not being done correctly. That's really a matter of me being picky. Almost like if you like move into a new place and you're furnishing your place, and then it comes down to like maybe the bedding. Like you have your old sheets and covers from your old place. You're like, oh, they're fine, but now I want something new. And it's like, oh, I'm going to keep shopping till I get the right shade of green that matches. It's like that stuff. So the actual work is done. So that's where I'm, and it's a little, it's not even frustrating. It's just a little interesting. And I give myself a time limit. So I'm working at a different location this week, and that's been adding the commute to my work day to and from, and then other things that I usually have going on right after work. So it's not an excuse, and it's not me being hard on myself, but I am giving myself a slightly longer timeline to get this stuff rectified or completed. I say all that to say I'm working on like a lot of verbiage, like when it comes to emails, when it comes to how I want some of the like the author's note to look, and just little shit like that. And this, I don't know, even and also like with Spotify, I think I may have fucked up. So the soundtrack for the book is on Spotify, and I don't know if I had like a free trial for like 2 weeks, but I was able to, this just reminded me why I don't really mess with Spotify like that, but I formatted the playlist and I put the cover art up and, just got everything in order. And then like yesterday, I went to play the playlist for my commute and I could not play it. Like it was a forced order. Like the Spotify decided what order it would play. I was unable. I was like, what the hell? So I'm glad it happened because I don't want other people to go through the same thing because it's in a specific order. So I don't know, but I use Tidal. And I'm like, I know everyone doesn't use Tidal, and I, though have an iPhone, I do not use Apple Music, excuse me. So I'll have to figure something out. Maybe I'll just have to figure something out. So that's where I am with that. So it's all the little things, all the small things. So I'm dealing with all the little things, the little last minute silverware and last minute cover and last minute welcome mat, things like that. And that's really it. This is my check-in. I'm on the last little bit. So that being said, again, the physical copy will be available on Tuesday, June 10th, and the ebook will be available on Friday, June 13th. As of now, we're in the third week of May. Yeah, this is my update. All right. Caught out in the rain. Summer rain whispers me to sleep and wakes me up again. And then I swear I hear you call my name. This shit for the birds. Okay, 17 days away from the paperbacks release and 20 days away from the ebook release. I received a reminder email from Amazon with the dates to upload my files. So right now I have a list of things I need to do to complete the files. The editing has been done. This is back matter and front matter stuff. Some of this will require me to do a little bit of like design work, and a little bit of writing. So I'm working on that. Additionally, there are like 20 smaller edits that I need to put into the final document, and I'll be doing that as well. And of course, the website that has been right there on the back of my neck. So I'm going to do that, and I need to do that and finalize the web address so I can add that to the interior of the book. And on the back cover, I don't know why I'm married to having it right here on the back cover. So this is my goal for today, to have all of that done. It is 4:40. Let's see how long it's going to take me to get this done. Some quick thoughts. I'm in a good space. I was at the Pyramid this past week, and I'm excited for this book. But seeing other people excited has really... I don't want to go so far as to say imposter syndrome, because that's not it. I know I'm good at writing. I know I tell entertaining stories. But I think this being the round of publishing that I'm going through, where I am making a very conscious effort to make this a career move, is one, a good thing because I've done the necessary steps that I didn't do in the past, but then two, or I've refined those steps and learned more, and I'm applying more of that knowledge. And the other side of it is, it feels very vulnerable. And when I say that, I don't even mean like, oh, I might get a bad review. I don't care about that. That's the furthest thing from my mind. For me, it's, you're going through doing all of this. This is now your thing. This is something that has made you happy. This is a story that you sat with for some time. You've done the work to get it out, and now there's a piece of you floating around out there that is not simply, I went to my 9 to 5, did well, got a check, doing it again next week. There's a part of you that's out there that, it's going to sound like I just lied, but like that people can consume and critique. Now, again, I want to be clear, the possibility of negative reviews, that's not a concern of mine. And I don't know if I'm articulating this well enough, but there is something to feeling raw and exposed. I always, when I consider writers, authors, novelists, I always look at us through the framework of a recording artist. For whatever reason, that makes the most sense to me. You put out a book, and it's like an album. You have to market your album. You have to do the work. You're in the lab cooking up the album for some time, then you release it. You might release a single. Let's say that is a short story, or that is a couple chapters of your book for people to get a taste of your writing. But you're grinding and you're putting forth that effort to get this body of work out for people to consume. And when you do that, you're going to get mixed reviews. Some people like it, some people hate it. It may be end up being a cult classic years from now, or you may strike a nerve with the perfect group of people that latch onto it and then they want more. And then you go on tour, you do your book signings, or you go to your bookish events, or you go on your press tour where you're speaking on different podcasts, or you're on a blog, or whatever the case may be, or different lives, or TikTok, YouTube, whatever else. So that's the way my mind jumps to that comparison, or instantly, always, whenever I consider writers. And putting out an album, not giving life and credit to stan culture, but you could flop or you could be successful. And that, I can imagine, is so frustrating, and not in a bad way, just in general, to an artist. And we've seen it before. I'll bring up for a moment people like Cardi B. She had a lot of success, but despite that success, was still online kind of arguing back and forth with people who had something to say about her work, as if she was not Cardi B. I think the same thing happened with Azealia Banks when she was first blowing up, and even Nicki Minaj. And there's been other artists in the past, but what I'm getting at is, I can only imagine the feelings that I'm having about being exposed and having my work out there, reviews notwithstanding, is similar to that. Those artists who have clearly made a name for themselves, but still have found themselves online very clearly stressing numbers, or their artwork being interpreted by society at large, or stands at large, and then having, like, I know there is a feeling of like exposure there. So I think even Lil Nas X, was it with that first album? I don't know. At this point, I feel like I'm rambling. But if you understand, if you get at least a fraction of what I'm saying, please put the, brain emoji. So I know we're on the same page. But either way, I'm going to get to this and see how much I can accomplish. I've been rambling for a bit. We're about 45 after. So let me do this. Thank you so much for listening to this stream of consciousness, and stay tuned for the next update. All right, so I just finished those last little bit of edits that I had myself, like things to insert into the book. I'm probably going to read this book over again, not to kind of sort of to consume it, but also to do a last little proofread. It is, what is it today? The 24th. So I have about, I think that's 6 or 7 days before I upload, before the first, whatever I said. I'm sure I mentioned it before. So this is good. So now that this is done, I have some front and back matter to work on while simultaneously working on the website. I think I'm going to get to the front and back matter. So this is the plan, is to have an Apple Music playlist as well. So the only playlist that I have for the book is on Tidal, which is what I use, but there's no way to customize it and to alter the cover, like to share. So I don't want to share it, and then it doesn't look how I want it to look. On Spotify you can, and I'm fairly certain on Apple you can. I have not used Apple Music. I don't want to use Apple Music. I feel like that is another expense that I don't want, but for the sake of this book and that I really want people to have this playlist, I think I'm going to sign up for Apple and see about making the playlist and then adding that QR code to the book. But we'll see. I may just leave it at Spotify and possibly update it later on in future books. But yeah, as of right now, it's just Spotify, which is fine. So let me get to this, and then if I have another update, of course, I'll be good. Okay, it's almost 9:30. I've been up fucking working. I'm tired. But what I'm going to do is lay down and take me a nap, and then I'm going to get up and go watch Sinners again. Shout out to Ryan Coogler and the team, because Sinners, that's my shit. I got pretty much everything done. The last thing I'm waiting on is getting my domain together, because the website, I finally feel like I have it where I want it to be for right now. At this point, it's simply a landing page with a few more links, but of course, check the link in the show notes, description, whatever. Once I can get the domain, I'll throw that up on the cover, and I'll throw that up on the interior of the book, and then I'm good to go. Right now, because I know I'm going to see Sinners, I need to lay the frick down. So I'll probably wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for following me on this journey. I'm 𝘾𝙤𝙡𝙚, the love story architect. I am writing stories about Black people in various situations. Right now, I am in my contemporary love story bag. First book, Loving Ashley, is going to be available in paperback on June 10th, ebook on June 13th. You can pre-order that ebook right now. Make sure to get into the the playlist that will be listed. Make sure to hit up that newsletter, and make sure to hit up that website, because at this point I'm holding myself accountable. By the time this video goes up, there should be a link there. Check it out. Let me know what you think. You made it this far, give me the stack of books emoji, and do all the other stuff. Subscribe, like, follow on the social medias, all that good stuff. So until next time, read something, write something, preferably my book. Go ahead and read that and come back and tell me rain. All right, y'all.